It's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo of the 2022 Audi A3 and its 14-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio adjustments, controls, inputs, speaker locations, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. Then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you're tired of hearing the same songs week in and week out, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. There you can hear member-requested tracks, get a little behind-the-scenes look on the car. We recorded a few members-only tracks for this one, so if you want to see that and support the channel, click the join button in the description. Before we get started, hop out and take a look at it. Yes, the new little sedan, I should say upgraded, or updated, Audi A3. Looking nice in this bright white color here. This one's about $45,000, so it's got a few bells and whistles. I think you probably want most of those bells and whistles, though, if you're stepping up to an Audi. There's a lot to like about this car and a few quirks that I don't care for as well, so if you want to see more on it, check the link in the description. We've got a highway fuel economy test where it did quite well, and our DM test drive. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. I'm a big fan of Audi's infotainment. Oh, gosh darn. Right when I say I'm a big fan of it, I mess it up. I'm a big fan of the infotainment screen. In fact, let me reach in here and use the Audi microfiber cloth to clean this off. Make it look really nice. It's going to shuffle all over. There we go. I will say I kind of prefer having some sort of rotary knob input in the BMWs, but this system works very well as well. Oh no, this is stuck. All over the place here. Let's take a look at the media screen here. It looks very nice, very high resolution. Go over to more, maybe? Actually, right up there, a little gear icon. And we can go, I can't get to audio settings there. There we go. So you got treble, bass, and subwoofer adjustments, standard front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. If you go into this screen, then sound focuses, front, rear, or all, surround levels, and 3D effect. So let's start at the top and go through them. The 3D effect adds a vertical space effect, if you will, and surround is more of that 360 envelopment. I find that having these off in both, really, holding them off as low as they'll go, gives you the most realistic, true to recording sound, and I think it sounds better, but we'll do a little bit of recording in both. For audio adjustments here in the A3, you've got a nice rotary knob on the steering wheel. This is actually probably my favorite steering wheel adjustment. It's kind of this and the Tesla ones. Just a very nice wheel that rolls. You could click to mute if you want. Not a big fan of this volume slider here. I would much prefer a knob that you can grab and twist. You could have a knob that does the same function too. You could kind of rock it up, down, side to side. But they went with this little slider that it works fine enough, but I prefer to have physical control here. For track selection, you can go back and forth on this. If you're on the right screen, the media screen here, you can click through your tracks that way, or you can use these back and forth on the right side of the steering wheel right by the volume adjustment, which I really like. You can do everything with your right thumb. Audio inputs, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. You actually have to go up here for radio. You can see there's your Sirius XM and AM and FM. Down here for media, you've got two USB-C ports, Bluetooth, wireless, and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and that is it. What does that mean you're missing? Well, there's no USB-A ports, so make sure you have some adapters. And I don't really see any sort of media streaming as well, no built-in Spotify or anything like that. Maybe that's something they might add in the future, but that's what you got for now. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 14-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 5s, actually 2 up there in the center, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the doors, and then 13, 14 in the rear deck lid. Some people will lament not having a trunk-mounted subwoofer, but I think it does pretty well. I think some of the lower bass hits, yeah, you could definitely benefit from some more, but most easy listening music does pretty well. Quick side note, I forgot to mention earlier, if you go to the sound settings, I'm disappointed that there's no mid-range adjustment, and ultimately I'm disappointed that for an upgraded luxury car audio system, there's not a 5 or 9 band equalizer. A lot of owners would really like to be able to fine-tune their audio adjustments, and just having treble, bass, and subwoofer, I don't think cuts it for a premium system. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay demonstrations. Let's go to CarPlay first. It's going to be the easiest way to get there. I kind of wish CarPlay came up on the left side here, but main screen, there we go. CarPlay. Look at how nice this looks. Super high resolution, great refresh rate, great responsiveness. This is one of the best looking CarPlay systems I've seen in a really long time. Here is your Google Maps. How quickly everything loads. You can move that around. Go to YouTube Music, scroll through all those. You've got kind of your home screen here. There's a dialer. Let's go over to settings. Look at that. Definitely one of the best Apple CarPlay experiences I've had, and phone is not plugged in, so it's all wireless. How about Android Auto? That one I'm going to have to hook up here. There we go, Android Auto up. That pairing process was quite simple. And you can see it's taking up the whole screen as well. It's not the widescreen Android Auto layout, but it's a really nice resolution and aspect ratio. Again, this is your Google Maps. Move around there. Home screen, there are all your apps. It's less frequent for Android Auto to look this good, so I really like the resolution. Bring it over to YouTube Music. Same controls there. We've got some Marc Revier hanging out there. That's great. And let's go home down to settings. There we are. You still get the nice little Audi navigation screen on the side, so you can go home very quick and easy. All right, well, there's everything there. Let's get this stuff put away and get out on the road. to this song, you really get the demonstration of how nothing is really awful in this system, and nothing's even bad, but it doesn't have the wow factor, that amazing crispness up high, the power down low. Just yesterday we tested the Land Rover Discovery and its Meridian surround system, and this song you could really hear a depth and a complexion in this song where you were getting satisfying sounds and all around the frequency bands. This one, it's not harsh, it's not out of balance, it's just not as special and crisp and powerful. Let's listen to a little bit of this song and actually turn off the surround and the 3D, because I do find music sounds a little bit crisper and cleaner with this stuff off. So I'm just going to go back and back it up to about right here. That's crisper. I could still go with a little bit less mid-range, a little bit more lower punch, and I can adjust that lower punch up, but I can't adjust the mid-range down. This next song, turn the bass and subwoofer all the way up, see how it sounds. It's very powerful. I've got a lot of, it's vibrating the mirrors, it's vibrating my pant leg, but there is some distortion, so keep that in mind. Thoughts on the Bang Olufsen system here in the Audi A3. It is a pretty darn good system. However, there is one thing that holds it back from getting A tier, and that is actually the rest of the vehicle. It's not explicitly the audio system's fault. It's the sound of the rest of the car. It's not particularly quiet in here. Let me turn the music all the way down. You hear road noise, you hear some wind noise, and because of that, when you turn the music all the way up, you have to turn it up a little bit more, and some of the finer details of your music get drowned out by the sound of the rest of the ambient noise. And that's why we test these vehicles at 70 miles per hour when we're doing this portion of the sound test, because a lot of cars will sound really good parked in a parking lot, but you want to be going over those concrete sections like we just did right there and hearing music played during that, because that's when you're realistically using the car and using the sound system. So there's not quite enough depth and power and wow factor in this to really get it over a B. It's definitely a B+. It's a strong B system, but mixed with the overall sound quality, the lack of a mid-range adjustment, and then, like I said, kind of the noise that the sound system has to fight from the car, it's getting a B from me. That being said, I do really like this infotainment system. I like how easy it is to use and how great it looks. I mean, just do a quick look again at Apple CarPlay when we bring it up. Look at how nice that looks. So crisp, so nice. So I like it overall, but overall objective score getting a B for sound quality. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always,